One question people ask me all the time is, how do I find out which ward I live in and who my county councillor is? So I'm going to give you a bit of a crash course. Sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, but we are going to pick our way through it. So to start with, let's take a look at this map. There are 22 local authorities in total right across Wales, and you elect 1,254 county councillors to those local authorities when you have local elections. So the last election in Wales was in 2022. Something to say about the makeup of those councillors: only 36% of them are women, not many are younger people, and there is a job of work to do to make sure that they're more diverse in general. So that is something we definitely need to work on when we have the next county council elections, which are happening in 2027. So what exactly do county councillors do? I think the honest answer to that is it sort of depends how proactive your county councillor is, if I'm completely honest. But in terms of what they can do and what they can get involved with, local authorities actually do quite a lot of things. So think local services. So county councils run your local education service, your local social services. They also have environmental departments, so they take care of street cleaning, collecting your bins, mending potholes, lots and lots of different things, including deciding on planning applications, for instance, and then more strategically deciding on things like development plans, which set out where development such as housing and employment land is going to go in your area over a period of time as well. So if you Google what do councils in Wales do, this is one of the first results that comes up, and it goes into quite a lot of detail about what councils do. Some of it we've already covered, but you can see that councils in Wales provide over 700 local services. So we've already touched on some of them, but there's a lot more as well. Libraries and leisure centres, trading standards and taxi licensing, food safety and controlling pollution, attracting new businesses, encouraging tourism, emergency planning, so floods, planning for terrorist attacks and things as well. So there's an awful lot going on. So that's what councils do. The role of your county councillor then is to make sure that those services run smoothly, that they represent local people's views, and your county councillor as well will make decisions on things like council priorities, and in some cases decisions in terms of what funding goes to which services as well. So for all of those reasons, the local council impacts on lots of areas that impact on your quality of life. So it's really important for you to know who your local councillor is and how to get in touch with them. So the obvious question then is, how do you track down these elusive creatures? Some of them are easier to find than others. Well, I'll tell you what I do when somebody asks me this question. I go to this website. So if you Google election maps, the first result that comes up is this one here under Ordnance Survey. So if I click on this, okay, you can see that takes me to a map of the UK. If I just go over to the left, you can see here we'll click on the tab that says boundary. But what I'm going to do now is scroll all the way down to unitary authority electoral divisions. Okay, so you can see we've got lots of boundaries there. I'm going to focus in on Wrexham because obviously Wrexham is the centre of the universe. And we'll just use Wrexham as an example. So Wrexham has 56 councillors in total, and you can see on the map here all of those wards and their boundaries are set out. And if I zoom in, you'll see in how much detail we can actually check where those boundaries are. So I'll just pick on my own ward. This is Queensway Ward in Kaya Park. It's the area I represent, and I can zoom right in and see exactly where that ward boundary is. And then if you just look at the top here, you'll see the title of the ward. So this is one way that you can find out precisely which ward you live in. Once you've got that information, it's pretty straightforward to track down your local councillor. So if you type in, I've got Wrexham councillors there, it would obviously be Denbighshire councillors, Flintshire councillors, or whatever your local area is called. and you should get a search result which will take you straight to the council's website, where you can find out the details for the person that you're trying to track down. So we click on Find Your Local Councillor. There we go. You can see you've got a number of different choices. You can look for your councillor alphabetically if you know their name, or you can look by political grouping, or you can look by ward. I'll click on ward because we know which ward we're looking for. And there you can see everybody is listed by ward. I'll just pick on Councillor Paul Blackwell there just because he's first in the list. And you can see you can find out information about your local councillor in this section. You can find out their mobile and their email contact as well, also which committees that they're on. So there we are. That is how you track down your local councillor. Always good information to have to hand. You never know when you might need it.